Hi, everyone. So, throughout the years on our experience with ChatGPT, well, it has developed, evolved, has gotten more advanced, I must say. With that, new features were implemented and has left everyone in awe, shock, every reaction you could think of, all because of how those features ended up being helpful to us users on a daily basis. For one of these recent bigger features, it shook and left the AI user community quite impressed. With today's video, I'll be guiding and exploring with using the Canvas feature. As always, you could check the pinned comment for additional guide and tips to learn more about this feature. So without further ado, let's begin. All right, here I am again at ChatGPT's main interface. So everybody here watching who hasn't been using ChatGPT, that is, has been wondering like, wait, where's the Canvas feature? Well, simple as that. Let me show you. Um, so first off, you could find this option right here, Canvas, collaborate on writing and code. You could click this. There's a second option with pressing this symbol and this pops up. Here's the option, Canvas, boom. And now you could type anything you want, from wanting ChatGPT to create a script, an essay, anything you want. And if you're wondering like what the canvas would look like, well, let me show you right now. So here it is, my prompt. For example, I would want ChatGPT to make a project essay for film class on like 2020 horror movie development so far. And yep, as you can see, here is the canvas option highlight here. So if you're thinking it would be the typical, let's just generate like a chat room log, but no. Let me show you right now. See, this pops up and there we go. We're now in the Canvas interface. Here it is, ChatGPT right here generating everything. And boom. See, there you go. Here's the essay in the new Canvas feature. There we go. Very, very different to the usual ChatGPT interface generation area like this one. Instead of here that was generated, it goes over here. Now, some of you might be wondering like, oh, it's just the typical generation. It's nothing. But wait, hold on. We are not done yet. I'll show you some further features that is even more better than just like editing or doing much in the ChatGPT usual chat room here. And I will show you later on in a bit. So far, it's pretty impressive, I must say. Look at that. So, yep, ChatGPT right here with the Canvas feature created the, let's say, project essay that I wanted. And yeah, pretty cool. Does, but then again, some of you might be wondering like, oh, it's just the same. So why does this new Canvas feature matter? It ended up being like similarly to the regular ones. Oh, sure. But then again, there are layers of great things for you to use the Canvas feature. So, well, in comparison from the regular chat room to the Canvas chat room, I mean, sure, you could just ask ChatGPT here simply by like editing some parts of, let's say, the generated results, kind of like this one. You can just highlight it and click apply. Sure, it could be helpful, but like here for the Canvas feature, there are plenty of ways for you to do that. It's much more different. Let's say with this one, see right here, I lay my cursor right here and it's highlighted into this particular section right here. Let's say, yeah, it needs to be expanded a bit. See, edit or explain right here. You could just type anything. You could just say increase depth on this beginning section. There we go. You could just send this off. Okay. And then see right here. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. See? See right here? It's not just generating the whole thing like in the regular one. It just regenerate this part right here. See? Right here. And also another feature, you could just click the previous version. There we go. And here's the new version. See? Ask more depth. And there we go. Added more details with this section right here. Pretty impressive, I must say. Are you also impressed? Let me know in the comments below if you do. So, like I said, easier way for you to edit and revise that specific part. You can just click this one and type or ask anything specifically for ChatGPT to redo that certain part. Also, as you can see, you can actually straight up edit this as if you are in a Microsoft Word or Google Docs. That's right. I mean, it's called a Canvas feature after all. See, you can just put in words. See, right here, you can backspace that. See, you can select this. You can put this bold, italicized, and even select this as either still a body, or you can make that a header. See? There we go. Instead of just selecting this one, reply, not that typical thing. This one, just straight on edit. See? And you can ask ChatGPT anything. Put more, and then send right here. There we go. Just wait, as it's currently editing. There we go. See? It just added more. It just expanded. And also, instead of just using the backspace to see the old and the new ones on that section, you can click Show Changes. There we go. See right here, this is the old section, shortened, and this is the new one. This is expanded. Right over here, easier to notice the differences and the additions of those details from that section right here. Pretty cool, right? So yeah. And by the way, before we get to these ones, if you find this video helpful so far, please be sure to subscribe if you want more content like this. And also you can click the like button if you appreciate it. That would be really great for us. Thank you so much. So, just as promised with what I said earlier, let's explore a bit with these additional options from the Canvas feature. Okay, starting off, something a little bit fun, we could add emojis. You could add from like a list or replace some of them with words or do it as like a section. Let's try out words right over here. As you can see right here. Yep, as you'll see the process. Look at that. There are the emojis right here. Some of them were replaced with these. Look at that. Just to sprinkle in or a bit much of, some visual fun in here. Yep, there we go. And also, if you want to remove this, just a simple click on that. And while it's processing, it would be reverted back to all text, like this one. There we go. Right, it might take a bit with the process, and boom. Go back to clean, spiff, and span. Now, final polish. Let's say you want to be a bit more neat with your project essay. You could have as a little revise, a little tweak. You can just simply click this. There's this arrow. Click. All right. There we go. Oh, look at that. As you see the difference, there's the header, the title. There's subheadings right here and title for each of them. Look at that. Just a bit more organized with your project essay. Look at that. Just so it would be more understandable. And yep, look at that. Very clean, organized. And just like I said, similarly or same from earlier, but yeah, you know what I mean. And here's another one right here, reading level. You can scroll up, more advanced, or something simpler right here. So this right here is what it looks like. And then let's make it middle school. There we go. As an example. Oh, look at that. The wordings have changed just so the level of how the understanding with the reader would be more easier to that specific reader demographic and all. Look at that. Very more understandable, like how pandemic changed horror, new kinds of horror. Like nothing a bit more expertise, I must say, on how I described with those kind of wordings. So yeah. Okay, so for the last two features from the panel right here, there we go. Here's the suggest edits and the adjust length. So here we have here is the current length. If you wanted to make it a bit longer, you could just slide up, or you could just shorten it right here. And let's say I want it to be a bit longer. Let me send this off. All right, it's currently processing. And as you'll see here, there we go. As you'll see with each of the sections, it just added like an additional paragraph right here to lengthen the essay. Here's one right here in this section. And there's the conclusion. Yep, see the effects? It says here, text has been expanded by approximately 50% with added detail, examples, and context to enrich each section. There, see? Right here, the difference. And let me show you on the show changes. Look at that. The highlighted ones, these are the ones that added. There we go. See? And yep, there we go. And now for the final one, suggest edits. And let's see how this goes. Just pay attention to this side right here. There we go. Here's how ChatGPT suggests for the edits right here. Introduction. Consider combining more people are watching horror. And here are a few more right here with big scares. Comment, consider expanding briefly on Terrifier 2 success. And last one, you could strengthen this section by naming a specific film school, director, or program. And yep, this is how the suggest edit be affected or look like. And yep, that's about it on exploring the Canvas feature from ChatGPT. See, it really expanded on how you want to, how you want to ask ChatGPT on making that specific type of content that you want. And there are many, many layers instead of just asking and prompting, then wait for ChatGPT to generate. So yeah, there are a lot more right here to explore and just make that generated content that you want even better. So yeah, until next time, everybody, see you in the next video. Bye.